Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen, as well as the overseas brothers and sisters. My name is Chandana Kamgi. Today is 2nd July 2023. As you know, we are in second half of 2023 year. Everybody know uh, past after 70 years decade, that 70 years, so Sri Lankan peoples have seen in dark period. As well as that, I want to tell that previous uh, political analysis, three political analysis have done by me, and those analysis had mentioned that whatever that created in economic crisis, and peoples are now in massive financial burden. So as a result, now today I'm going to discuss it regarding that present situation and what are the steps going to take by the government to won this economic crisis. Now, first of all, I want to tell that at the moment, the present government uh, try to won this economic crisis, but we can say that 10%, at least 10%, at the moment in our situation, they already faced that at least 10%. So I can say, because another 90 remain in unsolved problems in Sri Lanka people. Still the peoples are awaiting to out of this crisis. So thing is, now I want to tell that what is the 10% and what is the 90% portion that we can. I'm going to discuss so far in this regarding this situation in the country. Now, first of all, I want to tell another thing that these days, government, politician, ministers, and MPs are always says that regarding this president's character. That is very essential at the moment. I want to tell something about that. Always they are saying he is the only person to run this country, and he's a good. His activity is good. We know about that everything. But thing is, at the moment, we don't need any president character certificate. At the moment, we need country character certificate, right? Then we will. I'm going to discuss regarding that country character certificate during those period. Then first of all, I want to tell that there were some economic indication during the 2022, right? First one is these are at that time economic growth indicated that economic growth minus economic growth, that is the 2022 all the year country character, that is -9%. That is the negative economic growth indicated that those 2022. Unfortunately, that gross domestic product, that can be divided into three. One is agriculture, second one is industrial, and third one is services. These all were indicated in minus. Unfortunately, that's why I want to indicate that this company growth, not country growth, came to minus. So we can take example for those that foreign countries, no minus economic growth indicated any country. There were also so many setbacks they came, but according to the government and president talent, they already won that economic crisis. Whatever, right? These are the statistical information that agriculture sector -7.6, industrial 7.1, service 0.6 minus, right? Altogether 9% fallen negative economic growth indicated that 2022. So next one is, I want to tell something about that 2022. What are the what were according to the work done of that government? reflected in the income and expenditure statement. That also we need that we can take idea regarding those period. First one is 2020. There were 3 years indicated. I got that details because we want to show it that government income and expenditures totally. Earlier I didn't indicate it totally. 2022 government total income is 1,379. Total expenditure 2,683. But income over expenditure indicated that 1,304. That is, we are financing from local market. Next one is government income 1,467. Expenditure 2,757. Deficit is 1,290. 2022 total expenditure 2012 income total expenditure 4,472. Deficit 2,460. These are the government financial monitoring policies used those period. But unfortunately, there was some materiality expenditure side. I don't know whether in the future time also, if it is same, what will happen to the country? Our debt mountain will come increase day by day, month by month, one by one, year by year, right? Then we'll decide, our country people, what shall we do? We want to continue this government same line, or we try to reduce these expenses. I don't know what kind of steps should be taken by the government and president, right? Next one is that 2023, that also we need that first quarter already finished. Still I didn't get that second quarter details. So we want to point out that essential economic factors that during that 3 months, however, unfortunately, that everything fallen. That means came down. That is our first quarter economic growth. I don't know whether that government's delay in more financial policies, monetary policies, that decisions, public decisions, right? That is government activities. Now I am going to mention a summary of that first quarter of 2023. That is, one is trade export 2% fallen, right? Next one is that apparel sector already got down, that fallen during that month of January, February, March, right? Gem and jewelry also 79%. I don't know, each sector that relevant minister should examine always. He must touch always, right? If he do the duties, every day he come to the sit and what's going on? What are the comparative figures, variances? I don't know his duties, right? 79% fallen. Suddenly we should increase this. These are the main adversely affect to our economic growth, right? Coconut products, that also export already fallen, right? Imports already increased that during the festival season also. That other one is 31 second imports. That also intermediate imports, that also 31% reduced. Increased. That also not good for our Sri Lanka, because we have to pay for outside dollars. So we need to save at the moment dollars in central bank to essential compulsory payments we have to do. Oil, medicine also these days are struggle, disputes, so many disputes, right? Other one is calls, that also. So these are the essentials payment. So we should keep our dollars in the central bank. I don't know monetary policies anyhow. Next one is that investment goods, that also fallen. These are the very essential for agriculture sector. no investment, right? Already now I got the summary of that totally 7.9% fallen in exports. That is the actual upon those period. Increase in imports, right? Only the two that is included to that 10% what I gave that totally won this economic crisis 10%, including only the tourism income 9.8 increased and remittance also 80% increase. That is only increase and reduce the inflationary. That also small progress, right? Oil crisis already finished, no queues, and that is the I want to tell that what are the good things government has done those period. That are the only the whatever that finish that conclude that economic crisis out of these difficulties, right? Now we are coming to that. These days are always talking about that debt restructure procedure. So I want to tell something. I have a personal idea regarding this, because there's a big struggle in these days. Government and other things, IMF, that time they are awaiting some one word that yesterday Parliament approved that debt restructure. Now they say that this not adversely affect to our innocent workers regarding that EPF, and they say it's no problem, but according to our knowledge there is a problem, right? I'm going to tell that normally that debt restructure means now at the moment totally we have a debt 43 US dollars billions. We can already convert it. These are the local market, but anyhow we already convert to the dollars, right? 43.6 US dollars exit in the total debt, local debt treatment. Now we are going to restructure this. Restructure means now normally that we can say haircut. That means cut off that interest. There is any loan, we can say bank, everybody there's a capital plus interest. So interest means these are the restructure procedure. We remove the interest and extend the years, number of years. If there's a 2 years, we can extend to up to 5 years. After that, net result is installments will reduce. That is a normal restructure procedure. So government, whatever they obtain loans during that period, what I told that 2020, 21, 22 over expenses against the income, that they already financed by the issuing of treasury bills and these are treasury bills, right? Then one is they are purchasing from commercial banks. Next one is EPF Trust Fund and ETF, right? Both are. Second one is that ISB, that development bonds and insurance company, none other private sectors, they already purchased that treasury bills. Government update then money from that issuing that treasury bills, right? Next one now thing is now if that commercial bank problem is, we know about that one. So when the go to the debt restructuring the commercial banks, what will happen that commercial bank already invest that treasury bills and bonds, right? Then what will happen that after they remove that interest, they didn't come the income. That is the main thing, that bank, when we can take separately the bank, the main income is interest income. And other side is interest expenses. Interest expenses means customers, now over 50 million customers in Sri Lanka bank side, they deposit that money, will have to pay the individual interest for each customer, right? That is the interest paid expense. So bank manager always, he must think about that balance, that income and expenditure, right? They must run the bank. Otherwise, that when after the debt restructure, what will happen? That remove the interest income, they are unable to come from a sufficient income in the bank. That is the actual happen. After that, they are considering concentrate to the depositors interest, right? They are withdrawing that deposited money. That is the actual level. That's why that bank have closed those period, because government has afraid all the customers came and will come and withdraw that money. That's why they afraid, and suddenly they shut down all banks. That is actually, that is a bank is it. That is a terrible situation. That's why government has already decided that not to go to debt restructure that commercial bank. EPF, what has happened, that EPF, that is a 3 trillion fund. There is the in Sri Lanka, there is a big fund of that EPF fund is a big total big fund in Sri Lanka, 3 trillion. That is our workers' money, right? That is that also adversely affect to the poor people, that poor workers. Because why? You know why? That government has doing government is going to do the debt restructure. What will happen, that they already cut the interest. So EPF can be divided into individual person. One is his EPF money. That means 8% cut from that his salary and 12% from owner. Altogether 20% remitted to the central bank. That is the one is EPF portion. Other one is central bank will add some 9% or various percent, normally 9% add to interest. That means interest plus that EPF money. That is accumulated every year. And after 55 year, one of worker, he can apply for that total money. At that time, interest also included that amount. That is a normal happen. Everybody know about. Now, what will happen to that? If the government with that cut off that interest, there is a struggle in central bank. How the central bank's going to pay to worker that interest? They don't have income, any extra income, no? There is a loss indicated that if the government cut that interest, gain loss. Then now central bank governor says that I can't give that interest if the government going to do the debt restructure. There's a small one alternative. He said that there's a tax only that for treasury bill market 14%. They are going to increase up to 30%. That means 16%. That portion we can pay that interest. He said like that, and that is why normally you can understand this situation EPF. But government says not adversely affect to the EPF money. But I am telling that not a EPF interest. If they abolish that interest, what will happen? There is a terrible risk for CBSL, central bank. I don't think he will pay that interest. Then finally, that our poor worker is going after the 55 years, only remain that without interest. That is very loss, because that according to our inflations rates and rupee depreciation, everything we can consider about at that time, that money is we can't do anything that money. That is the actual money, right? This is the debt restructuring situation. So I am going to suggest that government said no alternative. Please try that we can pay that one of portion when we have obtained that other World Bank, ADB. There are so many ISB loans these days are coming to the government receiving. Right, 3 billion received during this one quarter, January, February 2023. Right, so we can try to at least a small portion of 500 million US dollars. We can every year we can do and reduce the debt. So that we can think like that, and we can try to do. Otherwise, we can't do this debt research according to the IMF condition. If we fulfill the, I want to tell that president especially, if you doing that IMF condition, you do it, doesn't matter. But that other thing is that our country will get it some dispute, so many struggles in the future, and not only this condition, right? There are so many conditions I have that these are the terrible conditions. One is 120 SOEs, state-owned enterprises. They are going to privatize. Yes, actually, as I am an auditor, I am not that agreed with that decision, right? Because that there are inside there are so many fraud and errors, no proper internal control, right? We should make what are the compulsory changes in inside the company, right? First of all, we have to priority to give that real audit we have to do, and whatever that fraud is, that is prevent first of all. After that, we can go to the cell or whatever that I don't know that IMF condition, right? This is a very terrible situation. That's why I'm telling you, according to this, the IMF is put trouble, bother, right? They always put trouble, not the that our development. These are the not development factors, right? Did you study the economic theories? Macro, micro economic? I'm asking president and your subordinate, that your ministers and present government, right? These are the not the main factors to develop in the country, right? First of all, we increase our gross domestic product. That is, we are paying from debt repayments, everything, not these changes, right? Next one is, I want to tell that that debt, we can't stop this debt. Day by day coming. This one is 2023 first half, first quarter. First quarter, already again, government has purchased that treasury bill, 917 billion. Bonds, 1273. That means financing from again that earlier same thing, but this one too much, right? This one too much compare with the earlier quarters and everything earlier. These are the too much, right? Please, can you check carefully, examine that what is the purpose of this, right? 917, 1273 billion bonds, altogether 2119, and central bank advances, that also they have taken, that government has taken 132 billion, altogether 2320 billion already issued the treasury bonds and treasury bills and CBSL advances. Altogether, that means financing, that taken a loan. So this one is not finished, right? We can't give the solution for temporary, right? Plasters, we can't put that. This one is when you finish that debt reduction, 43 billion, 0.6, another portion will come this end of this year. That also we are going to restructure. What will happen? Our future generation. What will happen? They must pay that all the debts are coming to one. That means around 90 billion or 100 billion overgoing. Because not finished, no, every month financing, no? Because government should run, no? Your governments. This was the next one is Assassima program. These days are always struggling and disputing and people are foiling and everything. So if the program will introduce, first of all, according to the study, the management, right? First identify the questions and define the questions and try to solve the question. There are so many another factors. I don't want to learn management, right? President, I am telling you, he is the person handling, no? He is the good character at the moment, no? Right? He must think intelligently, that this one they are going to do. What is the program? Assessment program is, first of all, we identify how many poor families are in country. 57, 5.7 million families in country. 30 families, that means 3 million families still in poor, right? That is the poverty line, right? So we must understand that we must pay at least even 8,000, 10,000. They must at the moment can manage, according to the World Bank. They are giving fund, no, according to the fund amount. We try to give maximum people, not the maximum amount. At least I am telling the alternatives. Otherwise, we are struggling everything, right? That also classified 7,500, 10,000, 15,000, right? Lot of works. There is a lot of work. There are so many lot of works. What will happen that workload? Then they can't classify real poor people. How they classify that? According to the income. How you measure the income? They say true. Right? Now, next one is I want to tell that there's a 2023 budget proposal. I want to indicate some main. I got some essential aims. Government there are some aims now estimated that. So you should do another 6 months remain. I am kindly request to government and president, please start to do the budget activities, right? And first one is 15% government revenue to increase. Now they already estimated that 1,667 estimated that income after the 2023 year. So try to reach. I don't know whether that VAT and pay tax, that is okay. 5% no, that is already deduct now. No problem no. Others are, I don't know whether that according to the estimate at the moment first quarter we can't satisfy that. According to the estimate there is a reduce, right? Reduce amount, actual amount, right? Next one is public debt should reduce to 100% GDP. That means at the moment exist percentage is public debt 128%. That means 100 debt is 120, 28, GDP is 100. That should come down to the 100%. They say can do that. Do. Then high economic growth 70%. Can't be no World Bank, IMF, everybody that they have done that examinations came and those period they said only 6%, right? That means 9% to up come to -3 only. That is I don't know enough for, I don't know, doesn't matter. You think. Next one is new economic zones. That is already started or already launched or already started. That say to there is a cabinet spokesman say that all the things there is a committee also, but budget activities are already action no, still not action. There's a examiners no, they will examine this all the things. I am kindly request that remind only, right? Everything there's a procedure in government, right? You continue that procedure, follow up that procedure. New labor policy act. I think last month labor minister said that it's already introduced that month of June. I think still not started that run. There's a dispute also. I don't know whether that run. Lands for agriculture export, that also still not solved by the president. Next one is digital technology. Budget deficit reduced to 11%. Right? These all are the budget proposals. There are so many budget proposals. These are, I took that these details. I want to remind that government, please. These are consider and concentrate that these are the main economic facts to development, economic growth. These are the essential facts, right? Now, those period always says that government ministers there are some targets they should reach this year, that this month and this year. One is that education department there's a that 6,000 right vacancies in that. They are going to fulfill that vacancies. graduate, right? Do that. Next one is that 800 imports restrictions also highway that until the December 31st. Now I am saying that in Sri Lanka, our country import goods items are for around 4,000, right? So we have to pay a lot of dollars for out we are that country outside going that our dollars. What shall we? Why can't we cultivate that at least 100? Eh? Why can't we cultivate? That is the real problem. In no local economic and export oriented economic. I don't know why. Next one is CPC, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, RDA Road Development, Sri Lankan Airline balance sheets. They are going to amend that balance sheet that not suit according to the accounting and auditing and whatever SLAs and according to the Company Act 2007. So they are going to amend that balance sheets, but still not done by the government, right? Next one is I want to tell that regarding that state on enterprises. These are very essential for because that every year government treasury so many issuing that money for big materiality amount given for that loss of covered by the SOEs. So this one is listen that the total 52 state-owned business enterprises reported 744 billion losses in 2022. 52 losses, 52 profit, 52 losses. This is the very materiality amount 744 billion losses, which is a sharp increase in the previous year losses against the 98 billion. The loss-making enterprises are operating in the sectors of the energy, aviation, water, construction, and livestock and media. Right? Those areas created in gain is losses. Right? Then after that, the public enterprises have accumulated debt is 3.7 billion. 3.7 US dollars billion accumulated loss. That means government incurred this all the expenses have done those periods. So I am asking. Recently, government minister said that this losses and debt should be as soon as repayment to the government, but no proper programs to start this. Still not start. I am asking that also. Please start that SOEs debt repayments, right? Take action, government, because they must return to the government that money. Other one is that this state-owned enterprises, so many financial statements are still not audited by the audit department. That is not audit department fault. That only the not preparing that annual report and financial statement that each SOEs. Right. For example, that CGR has not been prepared the annual report since 2019. One day I examined that one of financial statement 2019 or maybe that income is 7,000 billion, expenditure is 15 billion. That's CGR, right? Double. I don't know. These are the many problems in Sri Lanka. So is things discuss, do something. That's the only thing I am telling. I don't tell any other whether in that government they say we are foiling that people. I am not going to foiling that. You must understand this situation, continuation. Don't say license in the country is okay. Put the track, open the doors. Yeah, maybe open the doors, but not coming any outcome according to the statistics. Minus, fallen, decrease, no increase. Those are okay. Next, I am asking the government, those period, government has taken a loan from Samurdhi Bank, 4,765, right? That is the amount. I'm asking that already paid to that repayment that to the Samurdhi Bank or still outstanding that amount. That is a samruddhi means that the poor people's savings are there, right? Don't stolen that poor people's money, even EPF or whatever, right? Next one is the last season paddy cultivation. Already, I think 33 metric tons, lakhs, 33 lakhs metric tons. That is a good harvest. But I am asking from government how much purchase that paddy quantity, right? We need that because that farmers are in struggle now. They don't have a sufficient income, right? Still in the storage. Next one is now at the moment we have a 59 ministries in our government. At the moment I am asking how many ministries are function at the moment, right? How many ministries are function, right? Now next one is the very essential factor for that IMF conditions. I want to tell that overseas also they must take a at least small knowledge regarding that IMF condition, right? Because that is always adversely affected. I don't know whether government is continue because they say that before month of end of June they must be given the at least these conditions should be fulfilled, but still unable to fulfill these conditions from the government, right? One is that IMF condition. Main thing is that debt restructure. These days are going no debt restructure. No, the foreign reserves. That month of May, I checked that central bank reserve cash reserve balance is dollars 2 point after that 3.2. That is enough. I am asking. That is enough. That also loan receivables. No other any generated by the GDP, right? And price stability, right? Very essential one in the market. Now, what will happen today? What is these days? Are what? Yesterday announced that oil again increase. Price various fluctuation. Hmm? There's a economic master. Did you learn that and you teach that to A level economics, price stability, right? Milesta. So these are the IMF condition. Another one, financial stability in the country, foreign exchange flexibility, right? Reduce the country corruption. I think not in this year. I think in the lifetime we can't never uh, reduce the country corruption, because if the corrupt politicians are removed, after that we'll finish. Otherwise we can't never reduce that corruption, right? We must change this corrupt and try to change the come to the anti-corrupt government. We need anti-corrupt government, right? Not the corrupt government, right? Then increase the FDI, foreign direct investment, right? Recently, I read it that there's an article, SWAT tax already introduced to the investors. That also they frustrated. I don't know that your policy, but that financial monetary policies, right? That also consider FDI, increase the FDI, but I saw that this quarter not increase that, right? Next one is structural performance should create in the country. Structural performance and SOE and whatever. I don't think that June also gone, now July. But what is the percentage? I can give the percentage next month. That IMF, especially for IMF conditions, right? Already fulfilled. Or I don't know. Still struggle in the government. That's why I'm telling that don't depend that any institution. The Sri Lanka is an independent pearl of the Indian Ocean. We have a good history, 3,000 years cultivation, 150 years tea, right? Very bad. unfortunately situation now, right? We are dependent on IMF. IMF is controlling everything. His brain. No other Sri Lankan brains leading to that IMF. Next one, I am going to ask that 2023 first half foreign loans received 3 million. That means January, February, March. One is IMF loan 333 billion. Other after that ADB also given. World Bank also given. ISB International Sovereign Bond also. There are so many loans. There were several loans came to Sri Lanka 3 billion. Can you give a breakup of that? Please explain that to our peoples, right? They must know. They are waiting from analyzation of this loan, right? Don't miss expenses. I told you one day, right? One day we will audit everything. If there is any fraud or error, directly we are going to the court with file, right? Now, next one is this is a very essential one to our poor people. Every Sri Lankan people are awaiting immediate economic package. That is a very essential. So our people don't want to debt restructures. Eh? They don't want. Government, you carry on your that works. But you look after our people. First of all, you must give the priority to give that economic immediately economic package. That package included like this one. First one is incomers. What are the country incomers? Right? One is government service, 1.5 million, 15 lakhs. Upcountry laborers, key laborers, 17 lakhs, 1.7 million. Contract, 1 million. Farmers, 700,000. None other private sector organization and directors and other every 2.5 million. 1.6 1.6 or 7 that Samurdhi beneficiaries. Then there are so many domestics and bus drivers, three-wheelers and others, everything. And apparel sector, self employment and already about 1.5, that's not relevant. Every incomers in Sri Lanka should at least 20% income should increase by the anyway. I don't know. The government should bring the package, right? I am kindly request to government and president, if you are unable to increase or if you are unable to take at least 50% portion action, I am and my agent will everything that we are coming to directly discuss with president. If you unable to get the success, we are going to vast area that Sri Lanka, every area. I am going to get the signatures and prepare the statement and regarding this government against the government, right? Next one is I want to tell that these are the proposals and promises government has given those period. One is government has planned to recruit 6,000 graduates for A levels. Fulfill that one, right? Next one is assessment program still going on. 2023 2.6 loan repayments, they're already finished, right? Now finally I want to tell that this is the electricity board, Lanka Electricity financial statement 2021 and 2022 financial position and that means balance sheet and profit and income and statement. I will told you know that yesterday announced that again electricity bill reduced. You can understand this. Earlier what they are erroneously calculated. if the peoples are complaining or picketing or otherwise stay normally, they are not going to reduce this one. See that government work done. Try to understand, my dear country people and overseas. Right now, they already yesterday reduced. Hmm? First one do it. After that, amend. What's going on? If the one system or whatever program introduced, they must everything examine, right, and try to do. Somebody say this one increase, IMF says electricity bill increase, and it has mentioned that reflected in the. I want to point out that according to that financial statement, profit and loss, finance cost is very high against the income, right? That means finance means they already debt from that other CPC and everything, debt repayment or interest, only that, this one, right? That is very material to amount, and loss 9 billion, loss 2021. Okay? These are the corruption, very higher corruption organization. CPC, Electricity Board, Sri Lankan Airline, and RD also. Right now, I want to tell that finally, I'm not going to talk so much at the moment. Please, I'm telling, within 2 months, if the government is not doing this, what are these are the promises and everything will come immediately after that. Then everybody, thanks for everybody, and have a nice day.